Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time, my name is Esther. I'm a third year pharmacy student studying at the University of East Anglia. Welcome. And today's video will be sharing with you the main essential things I usually have with me whenever I want to study, and these are the things that usually help me to have an effective study session. So I hope it really helps you out there to also see what other things you can add to your study session. Hopefully that will help you to have an effective study time. And before I go straight into the video, if this is your first time, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share with your friends as well. And this is so I can get feedbacks from you to see that you like the content I'm putting up and you're loving it, so I can put up more of this sort of content for you guys to enjoy. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I think and I know that I need to have with me for me to be able to study effectively is any of my two main gadgets, which is my laptop or my iPad. I use the iPad Pro 11 inches, which is the 2019 version, I suppose, and I always have this with me. Since I got this, it's like I forgot about my laptop. I always have this with me at university anytime because it's just so easy. It's not heavy to take around and you can just go anywhere with it. You don't have to worry about a lot of paperwork as well. So I always take my iPad with me. The only time I use my laptop is when I feel like I need to do much more research and save a lot of work, like, you know, download things like that. And my iPad is quite limited with it because I don't even have like a keyboard to type with it. Then I take my laptop with me. But it's like I said, it depends. I never have these two together except if I am at home. If I'm going to the library or somewhere to study, I always just have either of the two. And if you think about it, there's no point having the two because that is just extra load on yourself, and just having two heavy bags can put you off studying at all. So I'll just have one or the other. The second thing I usually have with me to help me study effectively is my Beats headphone. This is very, very important for me to have an headphone with me. In case, even if I forget, I always make sure I have my AirPods in my bag. So in case I forget my Beats headphone, I have my AirPods in my bag. And also, I've always said on my blog and on my Instagram accounts that I actually can't study with noise. I can't study with sounds or anything. I really don't know how people do it, but how they study with music, but it doesn't work with me. So even though I have this Beats headphone on me, it doesn't mean that I am actually listening to anything. Sometimes I just put it on to shut people off me. So it's like telling people, please don't approach me, I don't want to talk, I just want to focus. And I'll just have it as well. Maybe sometimes I need to listen to an online recording of a lecture, so I have this handy with me as well. And then the third thing I always need to have with me whenever I'm studying, which is very, very important, is my water or anything to hydrate me. At the moment I've got iced tea in here. That's another one of my favorite things. I have iced tea that I mix around and stuff. So this is a 1 liter bottle, so I always fill this up to the brim, drink it and fill it up again and again in the library or wherever I'm studying. So this is very important to keep me hydrated whenever I'm studying, and it is very, very essential because if you are not hydrated whenever you study, it gets really, really tired and you won't be able to study as effective as you would have if you are not hydrated enough. The other thing that I make sure I have is my stationery. This is my pencil case from Muji, and I like the way it's small because it helps me and limits me to the amount of stationery I can have with me, and I really, really love that. Previously, when I had a big bag of stationery, but I end up finding out that I had a lot of unnecessary stationeries I don't need because I could only use 1 or 2 pens at a time and 1 highlighter. So why do I have like 5-6 highlighters in my bag, 5-6 pens in my bag? You get what I mean. So it's also good to have spare, but I know I can always get spare whenever I want. But just for that study session, this is all I have. And what I have in here is the main universal pen, which is my black and red pen. And I always have to test that they work before I step out of my house, just in case. That explains why you can only have one instead of having more than one pen, just in case they don't work, but you test them before you go. Then I have one highlighter. I don't mind any color. I'm not fussed about it, so I just pick a color and use. Depends on my mood for that day. And then I have a Tipex or white corrector, and that's for Muji as well. I have two pencils, and this is a normal pencil and this is a mechanical pencil. The reason why I have these two pencils is that sometimes mechanical pencil could play up and I really need a pencil, so I have this other pencil with me. And then I have my eraser and my mechanical pencil refillers and my ruler. That's all I have with me, because I don't see a point of having unnecessary stuff with it, because that would be too overwhelming and completely help studying as well. These are the things I have. And then the next thing I usually have with me is my bullet journal book, and this is so good, and it just makes my life easy, because I usually make my weekly plans and I know what I needed to do, but I always have this with me so that when I go out to study I can write out what I plan to do for that day out of this bullet journal. And then the next thing I have is, I don't know if you guys call it jotter as well. This is like my mini jotter where I write anything in it. Anything. It's not for any specific module or anything. It's for all of it, everything. So sometimes I write my research in there, sometimes I could just write a little thing that the lecturer is talking about in class, or maybe I need to remind myself of something. I quickly put it down there if I can't be asked to go through my bullet journal, because I also want my bullet journal to be very clean. So this is the messy book. That's the word, the messy book. So I always have one of these books with me. Then the next thing I usually have with me is a Postit Note. I have different colors of this, but I always just take one lot with me, and this is just for me to write out whatever I've put down in my bullet journal, to write it on the Postit Note and stick it right in front of me wherever I'm working so I can see. And this is because I can't be asked to be opening pages and pages to be taking of what I'm doing on my bullet journal, but if I have it in front of me, I cross it off right while I'm doing it, and that really saves me time as well while I'm studying. And then the next thing I usually need to have, which is very important, is because if you're studying for so long, for so many hours, for like 6 to 8 hours, you get to a point where you really dry, especially if you are in the library where, I don't know if it's the ventilator around that place, it really dries you out. So I get really dry, my lips crack a lot, so I always have to have a form of lip balm with me, or a lip moisturizer. I don't care whichever one it is. It could be the cheapest Vaseline, Carmex, or it could be a branded one like this. I don't mind, in as much as I have a lip moisturizer with me. That should be good. Yep. And then the next thing I usually need to have is my hard drive. This is a 1 terabyte hard drive that I got from Amazon with a case as well. Don't know if you can see. I always have to have this with me, especially if I'm going to use my laptop for studying, because then I can easily save my work on them and not lose anything. If you've done 2,500 words of an essay and you've lost it, you would understand what I mean. So this really saves my life a lot. And then the other very important thing that I need to have with me is snacks or something to munch on. One thing even my friends know about me is that I always have to have sweets with me, and I mostly like hard-boiled sweets. I really don't take chocolate that much, so I always have to have any form of hard-boiled sweets with me. So just to munch on and just to salivate on, and to help me to keep myself hydrated and just move my saliva around my mouth. So that's why I have this. And then I also have anything to munch on. At the moment I just have this popcorn, sweet and salted popcorn with me. It could be anything, so just to munch on and just keep me going while I study. And the last thing, which is very, I don't know if it's important, is my little man in here. My university gave this to me. It's like a little stress ball, stress man, I would say. Sometimes I'm working and I'm kind of like feeling stressed and I just want to focus more. I just like, I don't know if you can see how his eyes is popping out. I'm still looking for a name for this little man here, but he cheers me on with his hand up like, go on, you can do it. and I just push it hard for just to distress while I'm working. And the last thing which I always have with me, which is not very essential but essential in some aspects, is my mobile phone. It's not to use it for social media or to start scrolling through anything or replying messages. No, it is just for me to use as a timer whenever I'm studying. So like you all know that I use the Forest app to study, so I sometimes put my Forest app on here in case I want to use my iPad to work. So my Forest app works on here, and anytime I want to use it, I always make sure that my phone is on airplane mode so I can't receive anything or any notifications. So that is what I do. So yeah guys, with that being said, that is all the essential things that I must have with myself whenever I want to study, and this is to help me study effectively. So thank you so much guys for watching. I don't know if you like it, but if you do, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends as well. And if you don't mind leaving down in the comment section below, can you please name one thing you can't do without when you want to study? Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.